I started, actually that was me joining the military from high school. Getting into this job, to me, that was the best way to go. Because when I decided to do that, what I was looking at is like, well, I had a high school friend, she was going into law enforcement also. So she said she was going to go to college and do hers and make more money. And I said like, okay, well, I'm gonna go in the military, but they're gonna pay me at the same time and I won't have to pay anything back. So to her, I was like, well, I said, after you finish your college, your 4 years, you won't have any experience, but I'll have at least 4 years ahead of you. And the only thing you have is just a college degree. And I said, if we go to the same job for law enforcement, I said, I'll probably get that job before you would. When I got out of the Army, like I said, this is the job field I chose when I was before graduating high school. So to me, it was like, okay, now I just got to find another job out here. So went on a couple of job interviews, and then I went through the city of Manning. That's the first time I even really knew that that place existed. And this one particular day, I was actually on my way to Greenville, Spartanburg to apply up there to the largest city. And I stopped in there. And one of the things I found about, like I said, with the military is being prepared. So what I did was I made sure I had a little PDA. And what I did with that was I put all my contact information, everything in it, so where if I go someplace, I can be able to fill out the application. So when I got there, I decided to stop in there, and the lady told me, she said, well, this is the last day that they were taking applications. And she gave me the application. She said, well, I guess you won't be able to bring it back today. I said, no, ma'am, I'll fill it out right here. Then a week after that, I was hired right there in Manning, South Carolina. In 1999, I decided to move back home, which is here in Georgetown, and I applied here. And then that's when I got hired here in October of 1999. Patrol started off with that, but then I got into the COPS program. That was interesting. Doing that because instead of just doing a normal patrol, you were assigned to a particular community. So you work that area. So you really get to know the people around there, and you get to find out what kind of concerns that they have. And then with you being there almost like on a daily basis, you can help address some of those concerns. And a lot of people felt a lot better because they know you're there and they can have somebody they can talk to right away. I did school resource officer back in 2003 at Carver's Bay. Then I spent, I think it was 2 years at Waccamaw High School doing school resource officer also. And then after that, it came into Warrants in 2007 until last year, 2022. But I always tell them, the kids in, it's like, if you ask me a question, I'm gonna give you the honest answer because I want you to know the truth, that you don't make a mistake in life. And you try to tell them, okay, what kind of job, okay, you ask them about, okay, when you get out of high school, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go college? Are you gonna go into the military? What are you gonna do? So you try to push them towards a goal. With the smaller kids, they tend to just blurt out a lot more things to you about what's going on, and then they don't know consequences. So you try to teach them, and you try to catch them as young as you possibly can to help put them on the right track. For most officers, I would always say, especially the new ones, is like, you got to get out and talk to people in the area that you're working. A lot of people would say, well, the officer just drives through. Well, you got to be more, some people say we're going to be proactive. You got to get out of your vehicle, talk to people, especially the older people that are even retired or there all the time. They see more than anybody else does. They can tell you more. But if you stay in your car, drive through, and don't get out and talk to these people, you're not going to know. I always tell people when getting into this job, don't get in it for money. This is not a money-making job. You got to get in it because you love people.